Everyone, this is Samlock24, and before we go any further, I want to remind you to keep your phone vertical and click that full screen icon on the bottom right. And today we're taking a second look of on the Dragon deck with Kit Moto Dragon, and I changed it up a little bit, and I made it into what you guys suggested, and the deck's working a little bit better. But I think, well, I'm gonna leave my my opinion at the end, so you'll see. So this is the deck list that I'm using. I'm using 2 Tyrant Dragons. He's unaffected by trap cards, which is extremely good. 3 Vanguard of the Dragons. 2 Kaibamans. 3 Kit Moto Dragons. 2 Totem Dragons. 3 Blue Eyes. And on the Blue Eyes, I always put this one because I think this is my favorite version out of all of them. Even though the other one's shiny, but I still like this one better. 2 Storms. And put that out of the way. 1 Champion's Vigilance. I will run 2 if I had the 2, but I only have that 1, so I'm only running that 1. Wild Tornado, and I've been farming Kaiba a lot, and for some reason I can't get that other Champion Vigilance. But it is what it is. So overall, what you want to do is you want to have that Kit Moto Dragon set up, and sometimes what you'll do is you'll activate Vanguard of the Dragons, especially if you go first. You'll activate the effect, send that Kit Moto Dragon, and then summon a Tyrant Dragon or a Blue Eyes. And most of the time, when you're playing in those lower ranks, once you do that, your opponent will most of the time surrender if they don't have an out to that. So you can win the games extremely quick. The deck overall, I think, suffers a lot if it goes against Relinquish, because it doesn't really have an out to it, unless you have like a Tornado or something, or if you set or if you set a Champion Vigilance first, and I think those are some of the only outs. Overall, the deck it's semi-consistent. It sometimes suffers from not having like enough high-level monsters, and sometimes all you draw is high-level monsters, and you're always wishing for the low-level monsters. But overall, this particular version is consistent. And then the Kit Moto Dragons, you always have them whenever you want them. And I think that overall, if you're gonna play a Dragon deck, I just highly suggest that you go with a straight up Kaibamans, the 3 Kaibamans and the 3 Blue Eyes, and skip the Kit Moto Dragon. I think, in my opinion, the deck works a lot better with Kit Moto Dragon. Kit Moto Dragon, I think it's kind of slow for the current meta, as you have to set it and then activate the effect, and then when you activate the effect, you can't attack. And for those of you that don't know what Kit Moto Dragon's effect is, let me go ahead and read it to you just one more time. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Dragon type monster from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except Dragon type monsters, nor conduct your battle phase. The turn you activate this effect, you can only use the effect of Kit Moto Dragon once per turn. So once you activate the effect, you can't really attack or you can't do anything. It's basically a soul exchange, and I think that's the huge drawback to it, that you can't attack or do anything else whenever you activate the effect. And if for some reason you activate it, or it gets sent to the graveyard after the battle phase, you can't activate the effect because you already conducted your battle phase. So I think it's just slow. Overall, the Tornadoes are working really well with the Storm, and it's dealing with a lot of like problem cards, or anything that's over 3,000, which most of the time there isn't. But whenever you play against like a Labyrinth Wall, or I forget what the name of the other card was, the Aqua Madur or something, it gives you an out to that, because otherwise you wouldn't have anything to counter that. So let me go ahead and go into some replays and see, so you can see how the deck plays. So overall, I think the deck, I know a lot of you enjoy this deck, and are kind of like ride or die type of persons or people with this deck, but unfortunately it's not gonna be a top tier deck. Yes, you can win some games whenever you go really ham with the Vanguard, the Kit Moto Dragon, and the Blue Eyes with the Vigilance. I mean, that's a perfect hand, and you don't get those that often. And yes, when you do win. When you do get it, you win really quick. But overall, the deck is gonna be. I'm gonna leave it at a low tier. I'm gonna say like a tier 3. If there's like a tier 5 to 1, I'm gonna put this at 3 because it's not there yet. It needs I don't know what it would need. It needs something else. I'm not sure if something to make it more consistent or what it is, because maybe I'm playing the wrong skill and I'm using restart instead of balance or something else. Because like I said, every now and then you do draw those hands where they're just dead. Right, and this is a low rank game, by the way. It's I think it's like silver 5 or gold 1. I can't remember. So I'm not playing anything like too high tier. So there's a Kidmodo Dragon, and again, you can't really do anything but just set it and attack into a Bognik Berman, which gets another one. And in this case, when you have the high attack, the Kidmodo Dragon's basically completely dead. You can't really do anything with it. It's just waiting for your opponent to destroy it. But when you're in the attack, it's basically a dead card. You can't do anything. There's another Kidmodo Dragon. So here you'll see that here the champion visual saves me. I'm pretty sure that he had like a couple blue eyes or something, so I had to negate. Okay, and I stormed the Dust Tornado, which gets rid of the back row, and unfortunately he had a sphere, so the sphere destroys one of my Kidmodo Dragons. And here's what I've been talking about, that if you sometimes don't want to activate the effect, because then you won't be able to attack, and that's the reason I didn't activate that effect. And I still had that other one though, but since I didn't activate the effect, I was still able to attack. If I would have activated it, I wouldn't be able to attack, and he wouldn't be at 900. So he summons a blue eyes on, that's fine. I was thinking I could just crash into it, but I did get another tornado, so I could just storm and destroy it. And there's the attack for game. And I did have like 3 games where I played and I drew those perfect hands, and the opponent just well, I think one of them rage quit and the other one just clicked surrender, which, I mean, it's the same thing either way. And once you start playing, I think those meta games like Harpy's Hunting Ground, this deck, if you don't draw like the perfect hand, it gets completely destroyed. If they destroy like your Kidmodo and you don't have a high level monster, you can't really do anything. And I'll show you here a replay when that happens. So Kyberman get into blue eyes, which I have a Champion Vigilance, which most of the time is a win. Is it just me, or do you think that, well, in my opinion, I think that the red eyes animation is better than the blue eyes. I'm not sure, it feels like the red eyes is longer than the blue eyes. But his Sphere Kuribohs me when I attacked. Oh, and here he has a wall, and if I didn't have the tornado, I don't think I'd have anything. But unfortunately, I had to destroy my Champion Vigilance, which I really didn't want to do, but there was nothing else I could do. And I did have a Vanguard, so I do have game. And again, in this lower tier gameplays, there's not going to be that many Sphere Kuribohs or anything that stops the attack. So I can't really say that or that I've played like in a high ranked game, because I haven't. I played against the Harpy's Hunting Ground and he completely destroys me. I think this is it. But once you start playing like higher meta decks, you're really not gonna be doing much, because having a high attacking monster doesn't really do much. And in those higher ranked games, a lot of people have mirror walls, they have Sphere Kuribohs, they have enemy controllers. And if you're just sitting with a high attacking monster, they can just enemy controller and attack you for game. And that's one of the things so he's attacking to Kidmodo Dragon. I only had the Vanguard. I didn't have a blue eyes, so I don't have anything. I did draw a blue eyes But the blaze doesn't really help us much because of that back room. And I don't remember what he did, so let's find out what he did. Oh yeah, he ordered to charge me. And those, once you get into like gold 4 or 5, there's a lot of order to charge spam. And if you don't have that vigilance, there's really nothing you can do. Let's set one of the set the Totem Dragon. Totem Dragon is waiting for next turn to maybe draw a high level monster. And I don't draw anything, so there was nothing else I can do. He has 2 19 attack monsters. So I ended up surrendering because, again, nothing else I could do. So overall, my final thoughts on the Dragon deck with Kid Moto. I think you're better off just running the triple Kaiba Man build of Blue Eyes. And the deck is, the Kid Moto itself, it's really slow. And I think you're better off with the 3 Blue Eyes. And we're going to leave it at that. You might have a different opinion, and if you do, go ahead and leave me a comment down there in the comment section below as to how you played or what your build is, and I might give it another try. So I think that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed my videos, I do highly suggest that you do subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.